Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside Scotiabank Center, located in downtown Halifax, Nova Scotia, for Halifax Hurricanes basketball. It's game 2 of the Battle of Nova Scotia. The Cape Breton Highlanders come in tonight. I'm Vince Williams. My broadcast partner, Alfred Burgesson, will join me momentarily. The Canes coming off a very convincing victory, beating the Island Storm in their last matchup here at Scotiabank Center in a Sunday matinee. It was a game that saw Halifax put the defense on full display. The type of defensive performance that is, Coach Mike Leslie hangs his hat on, limiting the Storm to 9 points in the second quarter and locking them down when he needed to throughout the victory. Cape Breton come into this one in tonight's game playing in the third game in 4 days.
Yeah, that's a lot of games, and I think Hurricanes have to come out right off the jump, pressuring them on defense, making them feel uncomfortable while bringing the ball up the court because, as you know, 3 games in 4 days, that's a lot.
Absolutely, that's definitely have to be the motto for the Hurricanes. Jump on these guys often in the first 12 minutes of this game.
Right off the jump.
And let's take a quick look at both teams' starting lineups for the Cape Breton Highlanders. Number 1, Bruce Massey. Number 5, Antonio Bigelow. Number 8, Tydron Beatty. Number 11, Duke Bondi. And number 22, Shane Osiande. And for the home team, the Halifax Hurricanes, number 2, Taquan Zimmerman. Number 12, Cliff Clinkscales. Number 14, Antoine Mason, the 6th man of the year of the previous year, last season, well-deserved in his rookie season, getting his ring tonight. And number 20, C.J. Washington, and rounding up the lineup, number 23, Billy White.
C.J. had 30 against the Storm last week.
C.J. was lights out, and he's been lights out for the last few ball games. He was voted Atlantic Division Player of the Week 2 weeks ago.
That's right.
Canes, dribble drive by Billy down the baseline, trying to take Beatty off the dribble. Left hand's no good. Third chance opportunity.
CJ on the boards.
Absolutely, CJ jumping right in there, and that's what you get from CJ Washington, the ability to give you those second chance opportunities on the offensive end in particular.
Physical presence down low for sure.
Washington goes to the line to shoot 2. 6'7" power forward from Alabama at Birmingham. And he knocks down the first. CJ, an 82% free throw shooter on the season, averaging 19 points a game for the Canes. And he makes a perfect trip. 2-0 early here in this first quarter.
It's 2 for 2. There's Hurricanes pressuring the ball early, moving the defense up.
Massey.
How is this Cape Breton team doing so far this year?
Cape Breton comes into this game struggling a little bit. 2 of 9 on the season. Mason's 3 ball, no good. 2 of 9. They have won 1 at home. They're 1-4, and on the road they're 1-5. Their last victory beating the St. John Riptide. So looking for win number 3 are the Highlanders. Massey, very good looking player. And he makes a nice dribble drive and bucket at the rim. Bruce at 35 in defeat on Wednesday morning, that is. It was Youth Day at Center 200.
We got Mason up top here, going down low for
Billy inside.
White, and 1, that's a foul.
Yeah, Billy, nice move on the baseline there. Probably take a little look at the replay. There we go.
Good patience by Billy White there.
Great patience by White. And Billy will go to the line to shoot the N1. And it's good.
Clinkscales pressuring the point guard for Cape Breton right off the start of the game.
That's a big point. Clinkscales trying to get a lot of pressure on Bigelow. Massey, though, coming off the dribble drive screen there, kicks it back out to Duke. Duke Shot clock's dwindling. He has to hurry.
5 seconds, 4.
Tydrin puts it up for 3. That rattles in and out.
That's
Rebound by
CJ.
Washington. Dribble handoff.
Zimmerman.
Take one. That's a nice play
That's a
right
good
there,
play.
Alfred.
That's a good play. I think Zimmerman does a great job of penetrating down to the hoop and then, dishing it off to the big man to finish the work.
5-point lead for the Hurricanes, 7-2. Still early in this first quarter. Massey for 3. Lots of contact. Can't get that one to go. Canes on the run now. Nice run out defensively.
Playing at a fast pace right off the jump. That's another, key for the game, playing a tired Capers. And that's a 3 for Mason.
And Mason, a wide open jumper from downtown, and that forces the timeout by head coach Rob Spahn. He wants to talk things over. You can see in the replay, beautiful cross-court pass, wide open jumper from distance, and Mason makes no mistake. If you give him that much time from that distance, he can knock it down.
That's a 10-2 start for the Hurricanes.
Canes coming into this one at a 6-4 record, trying to get win number 7. This is game number 6 of a 7-game homestand for the Hurricanes, and they will finish out that 7-game homestand next week here at Scotiabank. Same time, same opponent, when the Highlanders come right back in a week from now.
Right off the jump, Billy White has half of the Hurricanes points right now. 5 points for Billy.
Billy's done an outstanding job all season long. 18 points on the season.
He has a real good catalyst for this team. Good
He's
leader.
been very good in the last 3 years for the Hurricanes.
That's right.
So timeout on the floor, called by the Highlanders. They'll talk things over to try to regroup. They don't want this one to get away from them, Alfred, because this Hurricane team can fly and get up and down the court at a prolific rate.
That's right.
And fans, don't forget, you stay current with the Hurricanes on their many social media platforms. At the website, halifaxhurricanes.ca. The Twitter and Instagram are the same, HFX Hurricanes. Everything Hurricanes that you need to know about this team are located on their social media handles. When it comes to tickets, availability, to talk to the players, the coaches, just anything that has to do with Hurricanes, please stop by their social media handles. So timeout has expired here. It'll be Highlanders inbound as Beatty on the baseline. He'll inbound the ball. Tight full court pressure being displayed by the Canes.
Exactly what you want to do after Cape Breton playing 3 games in 4 days.
Massey now, closely
that's good
guarded.
ball pressure.
And that's a back over.
Good defense by Clint Scales there.
Beautiful defense by Clint Scales, and you mentioned it before that timeout. Clint Scales made an assertive effort to play full court pressure on their point guard.
Yeah.
And that came up dividends in that last defensive stand there.
For sure.
So 8-point lead for the Canes. Clint Scales. Inside the Washington. He steps out. Jump shot's good.
That's a beautiful shot by CJ.
And that's what you get from CJ Washington. The ability to take his game inside out. And he's able to knock down that jump shot, and CJ's got 4.
That's right. I think one of the things with CJ is he's so consistent. He stays, into the game at all times.
Clint Scales, an easy run out, wide open layup.
That's an easy basket.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the easiest for Clint Scales, as he was able to make his way all the way to the rim with the left hand and finish. 12-point lead now for the Hurricanes. Massey, tough jump shot.
I think rightfully so. You can tell that Cape Breton's a little, sloppy off the jump.
You can see that they're a little slow. They haven't gotten their legs underneath them. This is the 3rd game in 4 days. CJ fires for 3. Shot's no good. Opportunity now for the Highlanders in transition, and that's a beautiful and one and finish at the rim by Shane Osiande.
That's good. That's a good finish.
Nice run out in transition. And that pass had to be very good from Bigelow.
That was a spot-on pass.
It was right on the money. Nice catch and control of the body at the rim there by Osiande. And he'll go to the line to complete the three-point play, and he does. So that breaks up that run by the Hurricanes. However, 14-5, Hurricanes lead. It's early here. Scotiabank, 8 minutes left on the clock in the first quarter. Billy, left hand, second chance opportunity is good.
That's a good take, Billy.
And that's what you get from Billy White.
Right off the jump, we have a really good mix of the inside-out game starting off, right? I think that's really good to see from the Hurricanes.
And that's what you want, and that's the philosophy of the Hurricanes. Like to get that inside game going with their bigs, with White and Washington, and then make their way out beyond the arc. Mason, though, that's a tough shot through contact by Mason.
Again, going back inside, right?
Looking for the foul, and Mason is very good. If you try to run him off that three-point line, the ability to get to the rim and finish, Mason's very good. He's got to be amongst the top players in this league to finish at the rim.
Very good off the ball, too. Play-making decisions, he's very good off the ball.
Jump shot's good, though. Duke Bondi, now this rookie has been outstanding for the Cape Breton Highlanders thus far in this season. Bondi averaging 19 points a game as a rookie, and a putback is good. Right now, the Highlanders they're not having many problems. They're having some problems when it comes to their offensive play, but it's all on the defensive end.
Yeah.
We got about just under 7 minutes to go, and we already have 20 points on the board for the Hurricanes. They need to get stops. Osiande inside the Mondi. That's slapped away. Mondi with a tough shot. Can't get that to go.
Great defense by Clint.
Clint Scales closing out. Relentless defense. And Clint Scales drives to the basket. And Mondi had no choice but to foul. Some substitutions coming in for head coach Rob Spahn and the Cape Breton Highlanders as Mann Jr. and Loisel check in. The officials tonight, Jen McKenzie, Ryan Lutz, and the crew chief, Paul Hansen. So 13-point lead for the Hurricanes, 6:26 left in the first quarter. It's been all Canes.
Going back inside, there's CJ, heading back to the line for two.
And that's CJ's game. Get that ball inside and let him go to work.
Love seeing the Hurricanes inside-out game. Billy White is a big, looking to, at the top of the key, looking to go down low for CJ. That's great. That's great teamwork right there. That's good.
You can see that. That was good. And that's the thing when you get from the Hurricanes. They like to move the basketball, give up the good shot for the better shot, the opportunity, the high percentage shot that is. And CJ back to the free throw line. He gets that one to go, gets the shooter's roll. And Osiande picks up his second, and it'll be the team's fourth for the Highlanders. And it looks like Ahmad is ready to check in for him as that one rattles down, and CJ is perfect from the free throw line, and CJ has 6. And Osiande, who's been good for the Highlanders on the season, Saskatchewan University product by way of Toronto, Ontario. It's been pretty outstanding. That Loisel, though, however, gets that one to go inside. Nice pass there by Ali Ahmad.
Loisel's a good player. Look, the Hurricanes have 9 rebounds total right now, and White and CJ have all 9 for the Hurricanes. Billy with 5 and CJ with 4. Great board work.
And that's an early storyline for the Hurricanes. The ability for the bigs to get after the rebounds. Bigelow, though, in transition, runs into traffic, gets it knocked away. Hurricanes have numbers if they hurry. Mason thought about it. Clint Scales quickly reverses to Zimmerman.
Back inside to CJ.
CJ trying to go to work on Ahmad. Baseline. Shot's no good. Second
boards.
Chance, though. Once again, you said it, kept it alive. The ability for Billy slapping that away and kept that one alive.
Yes.
CJ has 8 now.
Both bigs are asking for subs right now for the Hurricanes. That's what you want to see, right? Coming off the game, right? A lot of intensity, a lot of pressure. Billy White having the steal right here.
2-on-1. Clint
nice.
Scales, beautiful fake. But we've seen that move pretty much since he's got here. Clint Scales, the ability to get up and down the floor, and just take a look at this. A steal knocked away by White in transition. giving up the clink, and nice ball fake on that 2-on-1. Caught in no man's land is Bruce Massey. Had to take either the ball or the defender, and he chose the defender, and an easy opportunity for Clint Scales, and he has 4 now, forcing another timeout call by the Highlanders. 26-9 is the score, and right now the Highlanders definitely need some answers from somebody.
Yeah.
Because right now 9 points is not good enough.
That's right.
At the professional level.
That's right. I'm very impressed by the bigs of the Hurricanes right now. Stuffing the stat sheet. Billy White with 9 points and 5 rebounds, a steal and an assist. We have CJ with 8 points and 5 rebounds. So great work by the bigs right now for the Hurricanes.
And we're going to take a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard. That's brought to you by Atlantic Superstore. As the Island Storm take on the St. John Riptide. That's early in that matchup, in the first quarter to be exact, 3:34 left. The Storm traveling on the road. They got a 1-point lead against the Riptide and a late start in the Central Division in London, Ontario. And that'll start 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Atlantic time. The Niagara River Lions go into Budweiser Gardens to take on the London Lightning. So, timeout done here at Scotiabank Center. Vince Williams, Alfred Burgesson calling this one live, courtside. It's the second matchup of the Battle of Nova Scotia.
Mike Poole and Ramel Brown check into the game for Billy and CJ. Actually, Billy's on the court right now. CJ's out.
So
CJ and Zimmerman.
So Billy's staying. It's Ramel Brown. He's called for the reach.
Was that on Ramel or was that on Klink? It was on Klink's skill.
Oh, yeah, it was on Klink, yes, from behind. Klink's didn't agree with it, as you can see, very animated in that replay. Ahmad now trying to go to work on Brown. Dribble handoff. Big low. Jump shots short.
Flat. That was a flat shot.
And that's last touched by Massey. And it will go over to the Hurricanes. So the Highlanders still struggling from the field, trying to find their way, trying to get their legs underneath them in this one.
Looks like they're trying to get the ball out of Clinkscale's hands as well by playing some pressure D.
Definitely need stops right now are the Highlanders. Mason, right hand's no good, put back's no good. Good block out there by Ahmad.
Great effort by Ramel Brown.
Loisel, that's knocked away. Last touch by Mike Poole. As Zimmerman will check back for Clint Scales. And Zimmerman will run the point for the Hurricanes now. 26-9 here in the first quarter. 4 minutes to go. Ahmad inside. And he draws the foul on White.
I believe that's on Billy.
Yeah, that one counts as Ahmad will go to the line. And he'll shoot the N1. And Ali will go to the line to shoot the N1. 26-11. Trying to get back into this. Ahmed. Yeah. And he completes the three-point play.
I think right now for the Highlanders, you have to play some sort of basketball. Right now they're not really playing inside or outside. They're kind of all over the place. So to see them maybe go inside a little bit to their bigs, like the Hurricanes are doing, might be a good move on their part. I'm sure they're due to make an adjustment.
Absolutely, all kinds of adjustments definitely need to be made from now and going forward into this one if they're going to try to get win number 3 on the season. Kick ball by the Highlanders.
Increasing their defensive pressure though, so that's good.
Definitely need to turn up the intensity on the defensive end. Stops have to come at a premium. Mason though, with possession, closely guarded by Massey. Looking for the screen. Mason, dribble drive, teardrop, right hand's good. Mason, very deadly when he gets inside that painted area, and he's got a plethora of amount of shots that he can put up. Either that teardrop, the floater, the straight up jumper, whatever. Or he can finish at the rim with the flush.
He's very versatile.
Very versatile when it comes to his offensive game. That's right. Bigelow's three's short. Rebound by Brown now. White left hand, right side, and he'll go to the line to shoot two as he drew the contact there in transition. And Denny McDonald will check in for the first time for the Hurricanes. It looks like he's coming in for Billy White. You can see in the replay, Billy did a good job of stepping inside with that nice Euro step to his right side, even though he's stronger with the left hand. White knocks down the first, 6'8" forward from San Diego State by way of Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada. White, 77% free throw shooter on the season. And he rattles that one home, spins it home. Drano. As McDonald will check in now.
Hurricanes off to a great start, 30-12 with 3:04 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, an outstanding start, just what the doctor ordered for the Hurricanes. Bigelow, Man Jr., waiting for that screen. Nice hesitation, drew a lot of contact and beautiful finish with the right hand.
That was a well-run play, looking to go inside, looking to attack the rim, put some pressure on the Halifax Hurricanes defense. That's exactly what the Highlanders want right now.
Zimmerman's jump shot's too strong.
That's a great board by Mike Poole.
Wow, Poole getting way up for that rebound. And that looks like his last touch by McDonald. And the Highlanders dodged a bullet there with that second chance opportunity.
Great hustle by both teams. Highlanders trying to put some pressure offensively on the Hurricanes now.
16-point lead for the Hurricanes. And that's last touch by the Canes, and it will remain Highlanders' possession. And checking in for the first time is number 10, Joey Miller. Miller will check in for Bigelow. Miller playing in his first game for the Highlanders. Massey kicks it out to Loisel for three. Loisel, bang, he knocks down the triple.
That's a good shot.
That's a well-run half-court possession by the Highlanders. Massey did a good job of drawing the double team. And Loisel setting himself up from beyond the arc. Nice catch and shoot.
Former Hurricanes player.
Loisel's been around, the Canadian product. He knows how to get it done when it comes to winning championships, is Kevin Loisel.
For sure, gets a steal there.
Massey with the pull-up. That's short there. It looked like he took a shot on the carom, though, from Brown, and he's slow to get up. Checking himself is Massey. Let's hope he's okay. But Duke will check in for him. As you can see in the replay, very slow to get up. I think he might have took a shot in the choppers.
He's okay.
So Bondi in for him. Highlanders still trailing 30-17. Very slow start for them, but a good start for the Hurricanes. They're not wasting no time jumping on the Highlanders in this one.
That's right.
Pull up, Poole,
That's
silky
good.
smooth jumper from the mid-range. That's what you get from Mike Poole. And it increases the lead, 30-17 now. Bondi for three. That's short. Rebound by McDonald. Hurricanes back the other way. Zimmerman directing traffic in the half court. Looking for a screen from McDonald. Zimmerman thought about it. Nice pass to McDonald. He can't handle it. Picked off by Bondi in transition. Miller pulls up for three. Miller, that shot is too strong, and rebound by Zimmerman. Zimmerman gets it knocked away by Loisel, though. Bondi back the other way to Loisel. Loisel goes strong to the cup, and he draws the foul on McDonald, and Loisel will go to the line to shoot two.
Highlanders picking up activity on the court right now.
Trying to get some momentum back are the Highlanders. You can see the replay there. Loisel barreling down the lane, and McDonald late to step in for the charge. And that's McDonald's first, team's fourth. 50.8 seconds left in the first quarter.
Theon Reefer checks back into the game. St. Mary's product.
Reefer, local product, kind of. Grew up in Toronto, Ontario, but played his collegiate basketball at St. Mary's University. And Loisel knocks down both. 32-19 now. 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Zimmerman on Miller, spin move. In tight, loses the handle, picked off.
He forced it.
Miller, the man in junior, and a beautiful block at the rim by Reefer.
Great block by Theon.
Theon getting back in transition
His
as it
first
looked
year.
like the Highlanders had some numbers there in that run out.
That's right. Highlanders looking to put some pressure on the Hurricanes defense, and that's what they want right now. But first year pro Theon Reefer coming in and is putting his asserting his dominance.
Definitely been a very positive coming off the bench for the Hurricanes is Reefer.
That's
Reefer
right.
baseline, teardrop, and
Good
an alley-oop to McDonald. Not sure if that was on purpose, but whatever it was effective and it got the job done.
That's right.
34-19. And a good foul there by Mike Poole closing out, trying to double team Duke Bondi. As you can see in the replay, Reefer going baseline, looked like a shot, but nevertheless, he probably will get an assist in the stat sheet. The result was definitely positive.
That's right.
Bondi, pump fake, he jaws it,
Oh, that's a
count
great
it.
play by Bondi.
Mondi drew the double team. It came late from McDonald, but he did the outstanding job of getting Mike Poole in the air, and you can see in the replay, let's take a look at this. Poole couldn't control his body, and Duke Bondi did an outstanding job of finishing off that shot. Kind of an awkward shot, but he was able to make it go. And Bondi completes the three-point play, so strong finish to this quarter. Poole fires for three.
No good.
Had the right weight, didn't have the right accuracy.
Good quarter by the Hurricanes.
Yeah,
32,
absolutely. Great start for the
22.
Canes. 12-point lead after 12 minutes, but it looked like things were really going to get undone for the Cape Breton Highlanders. Multiple timeouts called by head coach Rob Spahn to talk things over, but I think that talk has resonated a little bit.
That's right.
The intensity now starting to pick up for the Cape Breton Highlanders as they seem to find their legs later in that quarter, and they were able to get back into this and make it relatively close with 12 points. You don't want to be down by double digits in any quarter, but it's better to be down 12 than be down 20.
That's right. Hurricanes doing a great job of shooting the ball so far, 56% from the field. Highlanders at 42% in the first quarter. Hurricanes also all over the board so far with 16 total rebounds, while the Highlanders have only 5.
Both teams struggling from beyond the arc. Cape Breton 1 for 7 from downtown. Hurricanes only attempting 3, 1 for 3. And the turnover game pretty much even there. Leading the way for points is Billy with 11. And for the Highlanders, Kevin Loisel has 7. So the Highlanders getting back into this one, Alfred. It looked like it was, things were coming undone there. We had back-to-back timeouts called by head coach Rob Spahn to talk things over, and a couple runs there by the Hurricanes. But since then, they've been okay offensively, and they've turned up the defense and intensity, and that's where it all starts on the defensive end. You get one stop, turn it into multiple stops, and then you try to build your offense on the other end. But they like to get up and down the court. A very good team that likes to get up and down the court in transition. Both of these teams like to do it.
That's right. Yeah. The bench points, the Highlanders right now with 12 bench points. So obviously their bench is providing some great support for them.
And that's coming from Ali Ahmed. He's got 3. Mann Jr.'s got 2, and Loisel's got 7 off the bench. After they had no choice but to go to those 2 bigs when Shane Osiande got into early foul trouble.
That's right.
So start of the second quarter here, Canes by 12. Miller with control for the Highlanders. Ali, left hands, no good. Rebounds by Reefer.
Good board by Reefer.
To start the quarter, the Hurricanes will go with Zimmerman, Brown, Poole, McDonald, and Reefer. Brown with the right hand and beautiful finish at the rim.
That's a great take by Brown.
No help on the help line as Brown was able to beat Alley off the dribble. 14-point lead now. Loisel. Miller trying to get some space with the dribble drive. Reset. He's got to hurry though. Splits the defense. Loses the handle and turns it over. Zimmerman, and he is bumped very hard. And it looks like a hard foul. And that's what it's called on Loisel. Not happy about it. And Zimmerman will go to the line to shoot. Plus, they will have control of the ball after the free throw. Are the Hurricanes. And Loisel still having several conversations to the officials, hoping that somebody will hear him. As Zimmerman knocks down the first. Zimmerman's been outstanding from the free throw line on the season. 88% to be exact, and he's perfect. Is Taquan Zimmerman, 6'2" guard from Thompson River, from Waterbury, Connecticut. 16-point lead by the Canes. It's early in the second quarter. Battle of Nova Scotia, game number 2. It's been all Canes, though, in this one. Zimmerman puts it up for 3. Bang!
That's
and he
good.
knocks down the deep ball from beyond the arc. So a 5-point trip for the Hurricanes on that last one, Alfred. And the Highlanders need some answers.
Hurricane looking to put some pressure on the Highlanders right now. Josh Miller not good.
Miller's shot's no good from beyond the arc.
Reefer.
Rebound by Reefer. Canes looking for more. And the inbound is kicked away by Miller, and it will still be Hurricanes possession as Beatty checks in. And Loisel will go to the bench for the Highlanders. Highlanders looking for some answers on the defensive end. As Tydron checks back in. Poole, jumper, Poole, strong. Rebound, last touch by Zimmerman as body's hitting the floor.
Ref called the Hurricanes ball.
Also, they pointed in that direction, but called it for the Hurricanes. It looked like official Jen McKenzie was pointing in the direction of the Highlanders, but it will remain Hurricanes. Opportunity here, second chance that is. Denny thought about it, lost the handle there momentarily. All bottled up now. Reefer trying to take Bondi off the dribble. And Bondi is called for the reach. And that's Duke's second. Team's 2. Kyle Damaris checks in for the first time as Bondi and Miller will go to the bench, and Bigelow.
Kyle, a Bishop's University product from Montreal.
The Canadian. This is the first time we've seen him here at Scotiabank Center. Brown, though, can't get it to go. Second chance. This is a third chance opportunity on this offensive trip. Zimmerman now.
Hurricanes crashing the boards.
And they are dominating the boards right now in this one. Reefer trying to take Mann Jr. off the dribble. Nice pass to McDonald. McDonald knocks it down.
Reefer. That's a good setup for McDonald right there.
And that's what you like to see from younger players, in particular your rookies, when they come into their first professional, stint. Be patient offensively. In that time, Reefer was very patient. He didn't rush his shot. He didn't force his offense. He did what the defense gave him, and he was able to find McDonald with that open jumper.
That's right.
Shots no
Mike
good.
Poole.
Reefer now in transition. Right hand. Last second decision and try to find McDonald. Probably would have been better by going up with that, as he had the smaller man in transition with his stronger hand. But those are the growing pains when you make the transition from the collegiate game to the professional game.
That's right. It's good to see Theon put in that aggression, though, going to the hoop like that.
Absolutely. You can't learn if you don't be aggressive.
That's right.
Beatty, though, and count it. Right hand was good as he was able to take McDonald off the dribble.
Ryan Rouse, another St. Mary's product, checks into the game right now.
Rouse, the rookie as well from St. Mary's University. by way of Mississauga, Ontario, is Rouse. Beatty can't complete the three-point play. 43-24, 19-point lead by the Hurricanes. Just under 9 minutes left. Oh,
Great
and McDonald!
take by McDonald.
The flush with the two hands. Oh, standing hesitation as McDonald
That's a great take.
was able to elude the defenders as he looked like he was going to give the dribble handoff, the two-handed dribble handoff, but he took it all the way to the rim and finishes strong with the two hands. Rouse now with the right hand reversal. And another timeout called as the wheels are completely off right now for the Highlanders. Totally undone as the Hurricanes are getting everything they want in transitions. You can see nice fake there by McDonald. Beautiful heads-up play, high basketball IQ play there by McDonald as he flushes with the two hands. 47-24 is the lead for the Hurricanes.
Brian Rouse, another rookie, first-year pro coming in and showing what he has to offer for the team.
And Rouse with the right hand on the reversal. But man, right now, the Highlanders need some answers defensively. It's just a total domination being displayed by the Hurricanes. 23-point lead, the largest of the night for the Canes.
Highlanders ball. No timeout called there. A little bit of confusion, but no timeouts called there.
And they didn't give him the timeout, but they did give him an opportunity to talk things over. I'm not sure how quick head coach Rob Swan could basically give that information of what he needed to say to them, but right now they just need to do some things positive, one possession at a time, and it all starts on the defensive end. Turnover though, however, on this possession offensively, looking for some answers on the defensive side. Rouse now inside the Brown. Brown is tied up and it's a jump ball situation. And the jump ball favors the arrow, that is, possession arrow favors the Highlanders, the Hurricanes. As Kyle will check back to the bench for the Highlanders, and Mann Jr. checks in. Reefer with the inbound. Reefer for three.
No good.
Too strong, and that's picked up by Massey. Bigelow try to get it inside the Oceande. Turns it over though. Canes with numbers. McDonald again with the right hand. And Denny McDonald is having his way.
Great
getting
setup
to the rim.
by Clint Scales. Great setup.
You could see he was working it all the way up the floor.
That's right.
As the Canes had numbers. Beatty, shots no good. Second chance is there though for Oceande.
Clint Scales patient right now, going inside to Brown, and that's an alley-oop.
Lob City between Brown and Clinkscales.
Great patience by Clint Scales. One of his best attributes, I think, as a player is his patience on offense.
Looks like a moving screen, and that's called on Tydron. Ladies, that's his second. Team's number 3. Checking in for the first time for the Canes is number 22, Ronaldo Dixon. 51-26, Canes continuing the lead. They have not trailed in this one.
Reefer for three, and that's good.
Bang, Reefer knocks down the 3 ball as he came off that screen wide open. Reefer had a good look from distance.
Clint Scales finding his teammates out there, that's for sure.
The assist starting to rack up for Klink. Mann Jr. with the spin move, draws the contact on Dixon.
for Klink to have 5 assists in the second quarter with 6 minutes left, that's got to tell you what kind of guy he is on the court, you know? Such a floor general. Keeps everything in line, finds his open man, looks to get the bigs involved always. It's exactly what you want in a point guard. What the Hurricanes have in the vet Klink.
Klink plays at a very high level. Very unselfish basketball player is Klink Scales.
That's right.
Only averaging 4 points on the season, but it's not about scoring for Klink Scales. He'll score when the opportunity presents itself. As Mann Jr. was able to knock down both. 54-28. Just over 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Dribble handoff to Reefer. Reefer, crossover, back again, crossover, kicked out to Rouse. Rouse, right hand, counted.
The St. Mary's duo.
And they are no strangers. The Scotiabank Center is Brian Rouse and Theon Reefer.
Setting each other up for a basket there. Love to see that.
And a turnover by Mann Jr. He lost the handle. And a timeout on the floor. The Hurricanes, 56-28. It's just been all Hurricanes all the time thus far, Alfred. And you keep saying it, but that's the storyline right now. 3 games in 4 days. And right now, not a lot of defensive presence or intensity being displayed by the Highlanders.
That's right. I think Hurricanes are taking full advantage of that right there. As they're pressuring them, attacking them, bullying them down low, crashing the boards. Hurricanes are just totally taking control of this game and using the fact that the Highlanders have played 3 games in the last 4 days to their advantage, for sure.
So the Highlanders in tough in this one. Looking for their 3rd win on the season. Canes looking to push their record to 7-4 and finish out this homestand on a very strong, positive note. This is game number 6 of 7 as the Highlanders will come right back in the Scotiabank Center 7 days from now. Try to take care of business first in this one, as they have a lot of work to do. They have a mountain to climb to get back into this one. The fans on their feet, good crowd Friday night here at Scotiabank Center. Kids are dancing in the aisle, and they have good reason to be dancing right now, Alfred.
That's right.
You know, a lot of positives for the Hurricanes.
That's right. Billy White leading the team with 11 points. Denny coming off the bench with 8. CJ with 8. Mason with 7. And Zimmerman with 5 right now.
So 56-28. Hurricanes lead. McDonald, right hand. Too strong. That rebounds by Osiande. Bigelow. No good. Klink Scales is fouled.
Fouled by Bigelow.
And Josiah Moore checks in for the first time for the Hurricanes. Moore, 6'5" forward from Tennessee Tech, out of Atlanta, Georgia. McDonald trying to go to work on Osiande. Moore baseline, closely guarded by Tydren. Tydren's call for the reach. And that's Tydren's 3rd. Kevin will check back in. Loisel. Klink Scales with the inbound. Hesitation. Dixon. He's got to hurry. Shot clock way under 5. pressured. Tough shot forced there by Osiande. And a good defensive stop individually there by Shane Osiande for the Highlanders. Massey gets into the body of Rouse.
Headed back to the line.
And he'll shoot two. Rouse's first, team's third.
First basket's good for Massey.
Massey in 3 games, averaging 21 points for the Highlanders, shooting 89% from the free throw line. And Massey drains the second. So good positive trip offensively for the Canes. 26-point lead for the Hurricanes. Clint Scales inside the Brown. Dixon.
Looking to get Dixon involved here.
Clint Scales for 3 though.
No good. CJ on the board.
Another second chance opportunity. Alley-oop inside.
Nice play. Good find by Clint Scales. That's a good find right there.
Clint Scales, outstanding play by Klink. Didn't knock down the 3 ball, but he had the patience and the awareness to wait for CJ to spin off of that screen.
And that's 6 assists for Clint Scales in the second quarter.
Loisel, nice move by Loisel on the baseline as he was able to take Dixon, draw the contact, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. As you can see in the replay, Kevin was able to get the step on Ronaldo. Ronaldo's second, team's fourth, and Kevin finishes the 3-point play. Rouse, right hand, finger roll at the rim.
Great move by Brian Rouse.
And he is quick off the dribble. That first step is outstanding for Brian Rouse. Bigelow is able to beat Ronaldo at the rim. So both teams trading baskets here, but if you're the Highlanders, you don't want to be trading baskets. Looks like Moore stepped on the sideline there, so a break. Moore had an opportunity to knock down that shot, or even an attempt from 3. Yeah. Stepped on the sideline and a turnover. An opportunity now again for the Highlanders to cut into this lead. They need to take advantage of these opportunities.
That's right.
When they present themselves. Bondi, dribble drive, right hand, good.
That's a good move, attacking again. You have to attack the inside if you want to have a smooth game. You know, playing the inside and the outside game. There's got to be a balance of both. Bondi coming off the bench and doing a great job for the Highlanders of that.
Moore, baseline. It looks like he got bumped or pushed. And he steps on the baseline, but he's fouled. And that's on Duke. As you can see in the replay, gave up the space, but he bumped Moore a little bit there on the baseline as he tried to give up position. And that's Duke's third. And that's a tough foul for the Highlanders, losing that offense from Duke Bondi. Not having a good game thus far shooting, but the whole team's had some tough times as Rouse finishes. Wow, that's an outstanding play by Rouse off the inbound.
The end one.
As you can take a look at the replay, another precision pass there by Clint Scales, but Miller's got to get his hands up.
That's right.
And try to distract that inbound. Miller did not have his hands up and had a clear path with that pass was Clint Scales as Rouse is able to finish the 3-point play.
A determined Brian Rouse is hard to stop, that's for sure.
You would know better than me. You played with the man.
That's right.
Massey, right hand, finishes through the contact, no foul, but he finishes regardless. Nice play by Massey on the baseline. Still a huge lead for the Hurricanes, 63-39. Mount Everest the climb for the Highlanders in this one.
Brian Rice
Rouse
stepping
for
into
three.
a three-pointer, no good.
And that's a shot that Rouse has been working on at the pro level.
That's right.
Was definitely not looked upon in his collegiate level to knock down that shot from distance.
No. Nonetheless, he is a great player offensively and defensively, and a much better athlete.
Kick out, Osiande for three, and he knocks it down though. Osiande, the Saskatchewan Husky product. And Shane's been good, knocking down 3 balls on the season for the Highlanders. For a big man, both of these guys, Osiande, the double deuces, Osiande and Dixon can hit it from distance if you give them that space. Washington goes to the line though to shoot 2 here. And Washington rattles home the first one. He's been having a good night shooting. He's been getting a lot of shooters roll at the free throw line. That's the second one that rattled in.
11 points.
Remains perfect from the charity stripe, make it 12.
6. That's 6 for 6 from the line.
23-point lead for the Hurricanes. Miller, Bigelow. That shot is short by Bigelow. Clinkscales continue to direct traffic here. Moore gets pushed off. Lots of contact off the ball between CJ and Kevin Loisel. And it looks like it's on Kevin. Loisel will check out as Mann Jr. will check in for him. And that's his third. So the foul troubles starting to mount up for the Highlanders. Clint Scales will go to the bench for the Hurricanes as Mason will check back.
Clint Scales getting a well-deserved rest with 1 minute and 18 left in the first half.
Canes up big here. Mason, right hand.
That's good.
Not much that he can do defensively on that shot. That was a tough shot by Mason. He drains it. 67-42 now. Under a minute to go here in the second quarter. Mann Jr., left hand, right hand off the window.
It's a good take for Charles Mann.
Strong take from Charles Mann Jr., and that's his game. Getting to the rim.
University of Georgia product, Atlanta, Georgia.
Rouse now. Rouse crossed over, turned it over. Massey back the other way. Massey in transition, and he's fouled by Rouse. As Bruce will go to the line now, and he'll shoot 2. That's Rouse's second personal, team 6. And Bruce knocks down the first. Being taunted all the way through here at Scotiabank Center, and that's what you get. A lot of fans there like to give the opposition a hard time. And Massey puts home the second. As Ali checks in. Some confusion here. I'm not sure who's coming off, but Charles Mann Jr. comes off in the end. 67-46. Hurricanes continue to lead big in this one. Mason puts it up for 3. In and out. Second chance by Moore, and that's pinned to the glass by Osiande. Highlanders will hold for their last shot here. And it looks like Massey's looking to go one-on-one against Rouse. Massey, crossover, pull up, drains it. Right at the gun, Massey with the strong finish. Is able to take Rouse off the dribble and knock down the jumper. However, 19-point lead for the Hurricanes, and it's been Canes throughout the first 24 minutes, Alfred. A lot of adjustments need to be made by the Highlanders going into the halftime break.
That's right.
If you were to quickly assess the first 24 on both sides, what would you say? I mean, right now, the Hurricanes just got to keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
The Highlanders, on the other end, they got to pick up the defensive intensity.
Yeah. I mean, Hurricanes doing a great job. If you look at the stat sheet, 40 points in the paint, 26 total rebounds so far. Their bench points, 26 bench points, 6 steals. I mean, Hurricanes are just filling up the stat sheet right now. Almost all the players have gotten the game, I'm pretty sure, and they're all taking advantage of it. Rookies like Brian Rose and Theon Reefer coming in the game early and showing what they have against the Highlanders right now. I think the coaches are taking advantage of those minutes and giving them some exposure and some experience right now. I think that's great for those guys.
So the stats don't lie. After 24 minutes, a dominant performance thus far by the Hurricanes in the Battle of Nova Scotia. Second version, that is, between these two teams here at Scotiabank Center. And folks, we're going to take a step aside here for the halftime break, but stay with us. Hurricanes lead 67-48. You're watching Halifax Hurricanes basketball on the Halifax Hurricanes YouTube channel. Scotia Bank Center for the second half of this one. The Battle of Nova Scotia. Vince Williams, Alfred Burgesson with the call as the Highlanders started with possession in the third quarter, and that jump shot from beyond the arc from Duke Bondi short. And that's pretty much as things have been going throughout this game, Alfred. Shots have been short, and the defense has just been non-existent for the Highlanders.
That's right.
Zimmerman, jumper, bang, knocks down the three ball, and that's exactly what head coach Mike Leslie wanted to see out of that first possession for the Hurricanes, extending the lead 70-48. Huge deficit for the Highlanders on a mountain to climb. I mentioned it in the second quarter, pretty much Mount Everest in this one if they're going to try to knock the Hurricanes off on their home court. Osiande's shot is short. Coming back the other way are the Canes. In transition, Mason pull up for three. That shot's no good. Rebound by Massey. Bigelow in transition, DeMondi, and that shot's rejected out of bounds by Billy White. So for the Highlanders, to start the third quarter is Beatty, Massey, Mondi, Osiande, and Bigelow. For the Hurricanes, they're going to go with Zimmerman, White, Mason, Washington, and Clinkscale. So we got a stoppage in play here as we're trying to figure out exactly how much time is on the game clock and the score clock. Shot clock, excuse me. That's 19 seconds on the shot. 10:51 apparently on the game. Jump shot there by Tydron. That shot is no good. Rebound by Clinkscales. CJ was wide open, but Zimmerman puts up the three. That rattles in and out. Rebound by Tydron. Back the other way are the Highlanders. Massey in transition. Draws a contact and one. Nice dribble penetration and hesitation by Massey there, Alfred, as you can see in the replay.
That was a great take by Massey. Looking for the right time to strike, and CJ fouled him, and one play for Massey, heads to the line. Hopefully he hits this one and builds some momentum for the Highlanders.
20-point lead, trying to get it under that 20-point deficit. And he does. Massey completes the three-point play, and Bruce has 13 now. Canes' largest lead in that second quarter, 28 points. Cape Breton has never led. Three balls no good by Zimmerman. Thought he was fouled on the shot from distance. Last touch by the Hurricanes, and another opportunity on this possession for the Highlanders. I think if the Highlanders have any chance of winning this one, nice take, but can't finish at the rim is Tydron. They need to get this lead down to 10 going into the fourth. In tight, Washington can't finish at the rim though. He was bothered by Osiande. Massey back the other way though. Duke, teardrop, count it. Nice move by Duke off of Zimmerman. Finish with the right hand, Duke Mondi. They need guys like Duke Mondi and Bruce Massey to start the heat up offensively.
That's right.
Duke's got 9 on the night. Well below his season average. White, left hand. That's a good defensive play there by Tydron. Massey back the other way. Now he's going to attack. Pull up, jumper, it's short. He gets his own rebound, but it's last touch and knocked out of bounds by Billy. And Billy's holding that left ankle, and that's not good to see if you're a Hurricane fan, as Billy's slow to come back onto the playing surface. But he's definitely favoring that left ankle, Alfred.
He is. I think he's staying in the game, though.
He's going to have a tough task here trying to stay one-on-one defensively against Tydron. Tydron puts it up for three. Drain it. Tydron knocking down that three ball, and a timeout call by head coach Mike Leslie. Wants to talk things over, and it's down to 14. So slowly but surely, the Highlanders grinding their way back into this one. As you can see that shot from distance, Billy had some trouble trying to get out and close out on Tydron. and he was able to knock that down, so it's down to 14. Do you like what's going on right now if you're a Highlander fan?
Definitely. I think Duke Mondi's bringing great energy off the bench. So was Massey, and now obviously Tiger and Beatty. They're, some of the core guys are starting to step up, and that's exactly what the Highlanders want.
Yeah, Massey averaging 21 points in 3 games since being acquired by the Highlanders. And, Duke Mondi's been doing it all season long. The rookie, he's been averaging 19 points a game from Oakland University, from Grand Rapids, Michigan. He's been very good. And he's got to be one of the front runners for Rookie of the Year in this league. And Duke's been outstanding. But they need Duke to start to get things going offensively. And they need Massey to start it as well. And then they need the role players as well to chip in. But to get the lead down to 14 at this juncture of the game, going into the halftime, knowing that they were down by a huge deficit as large as 28 points, the locker room cannot be a positive one. Now, you have played basketball at a very high level. If you're down by this many points at the halftime break, you know your coach is going to read you the riot act.
Oh, yes. And everyone in the locker room, though, does know that it's possible to come back. It's possible to come back. You just have to all be on the same page. And it starts with the coach, but all players have to buy into it. And once players buy into it, it's possible. And, we're seeing so far that Highlanders are making a go at it. So we'll continue to see what they can come up with.
And it happens one possession at a time. And it especially happens on the defensive end. Hurricanes, though, coming out of the timeout, looking to go on the attack. Mason, right hand, that's a tough shot. And a rebound by Tydron. He races back the other way in the open floor. He's fouled and counted. And he gets the continuation. And Tydron Beatty will go to the line to shoot the N1. And whatever head coach Rob Spahn had to say to his team, they are definitely responding in this third quarter.
That's right.
They didn't even make it back in time to shoot around to get warmed up to start this third quarter. They just took the floor.
That's right. Tydron makes it an 11-point game.
And right now, this is a manageable deficit for the Highlanders if they can start the fourth quarter trailing by 10 or less. If you're the Hurricanes, you got to be frustrated and got to wonder where the offense has gone. But coming right back and breaking up that 6-0 run was Zimmerman. Much needed offense as Zimmerman was able to beat his man off the dribble. Tydron, though, right hand, put back. Osiande, third chance, fourth chance, fifth chance, and it's good. So 5 chances for the Highlanders on that last trip, and Osiande finishes at the rim with the tip-in. 72-61 now. And McDonald can't handle that pass in tight. And another opportunity for the Highlanders. Bigelow on the attack. Tydron for 3. Short, and he misses everything. Caught it in rhythm, had a good look from distance. Just unable to knock it down was Tydron, and that would have been a huge three if he was able to knock that one down, Alfred.
I think he rushed it a little bit.
McDonald now. Zimmerman coming off the screen, kicks it to Clinkscales. Knocked away there by Massey. In transition, Massey to Beatty on the dead run. He can't handle it. Beatty can't handle it, and Bondi now. Bondi right hand. That's a tough shot, and Bondi gets it to go. And it's down to 9. And they have came all the way back to get it down to 9. Mason and 1. He goes to work on the smaller man, Bigelow. And Bigelow puts his hands up into the sky saying, well, you know what, that's a tough matchup for me individually, but he's wondering where the call is. That's a huge assignment for a man even the stature and size of Antoine Mason, and then you get a smaller man like Bigelow trying to go one-on-one with a guy that can attack the rim and finish at the rim. That's a very tough assignment defensively for Bigelow. Mason, however, can't finish the three-point play. It's an 11-point lead, 74-63. Hurricanes. Under 7 minutes to go here in the third. As Ali checks in And Osiande will go to the bench for the Highlanders, and Brown checking in for McDonald. So the Hurricanes trying to find some answers here in this third quarter. As the play has been very positive for the Highlanders. Ali on the spin move, knocked away by Clint Scales, and that'll get it in the right direction. And it looks like we got a technical foul called on Ali Ahmed. And that's exactly what it is. And Ahmed will get the technical, and he'll get the gate as well, as Loisel checks in for him, Alfred. That usually happens in basketball. You get a technical foul, you even need to be an outstanding player to remain on the floor.
Yeah, that's right. And Loisel checking into the game with 10 points. He's 3 for 3 from the field, 1 for 1 on the three-point line, and 3 for 3 at the free throw line. So he's looking to come in and create some impact for the Highlanders as well right now.
And you mentioned that impact by the reserves, because they were leading the way with 17 points from the reserves at the halftime break.
That's right. I think this is a great opportunity for Loisel right now to come in and assert himself in this game.
Mason, right hand, and he is fouled by Mondes. That's a huge foul right now on the Highlanders, as that looks like it'll be Duke's fourth. Team number 3 for the Highlanders, so it's decision time right now for head coach Rob Spahn, whether to continue to go with Duke with 6:25 left in the third. As Mason rattles out the first. Mason having his troubles at the free throw line. Regroups. He'll attempt the second. Mason on the season shooting 76% from the charity stripe. And he knocks down the second. 13-point lead now for the Hurricanes. A 20-plus deficit down to 9 at one point in this third quarter. Bondi gets the ball knocked away. And a reach call, and that's a push on Clinkscales. Head coach Rob Spahn is not happy with the officiating of a potential push foul that wasn't called early enough, but it did come on Clinkscales. Bondi now off the screen. Beatty pull up, jumper's good. Tydron starting to heat up despite that 3-ball that was well short of the mark. 9-point lead for the Hurricanes. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the third. Nice two-man game, and at the rim, Brown tried to flush it, got stuck. As Beatty was able to close out and bother him at the rim. Some good rim protection. .11 lead. Clinkscales.
3 seconds left.
Zimmerman forced it, but he tried to beat the shot clock. A little bit of contact there.
Oh, good. Looking for the call, not getting it.
So an opportunity for the Highlanders. Beatty loses the handle. Macy scoops it up though. Massey to Beatty. Back to Bondi. Bondi, left hand. Kicks it out to Beatty.
Good
Beatty
spot.
for 3. Shumper's short. A fight for the rebound. Brown comes up with it. Back down the other way. CJ with the finish and the run out. Good heads up play. Quick pass. No look pass there in transition by Clinkscales. And that's last touch there by Massey as Zimmerman steps in front and knocks it off of Massey.
13-point game for the Hurricanes right now.
Alley-oop couldn't connect there between CJ and Clinkscales. Bigelow. Mondi. Left hand finish at the rim. Duke Mondi's very nice game. Inside, outside. This guy can finish it with either hand, and he showed that he can get it done with the left, cutting across the rim with the right hand dribble.
That was a strong take.
Zimmerman, though, knocks down the mid-range. Back up to 13. Loisel, 3, rattles home.
Keeps up the perfect game so far.
Wow, he's knocked down 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. 13 points on the night thus far for Loisel. Clinkscales, left hand, and he pushes off Bigelow. And that'll be the offensive foul on Clinkscales. And that's Clink's 4th. Team number 4. As Mike Poole checks in for the Hurricanes. 10-point lead for the Canes. Mission impossible continuing here for the Highlanders. But they've done a good job in this third quarter to get back into this one and make it respectable. And Loisel with the power move at the rim. Loisel's got 15. Kevin outstanding thus far off the bench for the Highlanders. A huge lift, and you mentioned several times the reserves of the Highlanders, Alfred, and Kevin is not disappointing.
Like I said, he's keeping up the perfect game so far.
And that shot's in and out by Mason. Back the other way, Tydrin, right hand hammer. In transition, and that forces a timeout on the floor. So the tables have totally turned on the Hurricanes in this third quarter, as the Highlanders have definitely responded after being down as much as 28 points in this game.
That's right, Tydrin Beatty attacking that rim and annihilating it. I mean, 6-point game now, and Highlanders are back in it.
It's definitely been a story, a tale of two halves. 6-point lead for the Hurricanes. Things totally coming undone in this third quarter, not responding. But on the other hand, you got to give credit to the Highlanders. They could have, pretty much packed it in and said, let's try to fight another day. But this is a team that's coming off, this is the third game in 4 days for the Highlanders, where they played 2 games in less than 24 hours in between them in a back-to-back, but not going down easy to the Moncton Magic.
Yeah, that's tough to do. But you can see, looking at the stats, one of the things that the Highlanders have addressed is the rebounds. The total rebounds right now for both sides. Before half, I believe Hurricanes were out rebounding them by more than 15 boards, and now Highlanders are now with 27 rebounds, and the Hurricanes have 33. So it's good. The Highlanders are actually making changes and making a strive to come back in this game.
3 minutes and 5 seconds left in the third quarter, and right now the Hurricanes have scored 7 points in this quarter. 7.
They're going to have to do much better than that to win this game, that's for sure.
And just like
and that's a steal for Bigelow.
Tydrin now, back to Bigelow. Bigelow kicks it out. He's going to pull it out, go into their half-court set. Highlanders right now not in a hurry. They would have been in a hurry at the start of this third, but they're in no hurry right now. Bondi for 3, bang, and he knocks down the big 3 ball from beyond the arc. Duke Bondi continuing to have a very hot third quarter, and the lead is down to 3. 80-77. Hurricanes have led throughout, but it's being threatened. Zimmerman's shot's too strong. Bondi in transition on the run out. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Beatty doing a great job pushing the ball ahead to Bondi there.
And what a comeback for the Cape Breton Highlanders. Tydrin, a beautiful long stretch full court pass, a bounce pass. One of the toughest passes to complete.
That's right.
The length of the court to Duke Bondi, and Bondi will try to get his team within 1.
Bondi with great body control going to the basket like that on a fast break.
Now, we have talked about different situations of being down big, but now we got to talk about the situation of where the mindset right now for the Hurricanes, being up as much as 28 points. It's only a 1-possession game now, a 2-point game, and you've only scored 9 points in the quarter.
Yeah. I think the Hurricanes have to go back to pressure defense. They got away from that a little bit in to start the second half. I think they have to go back to that a little bit and back to the inside out game. We haven't seen much of the inside out game.
Mason for three, and that almost went in as Kevin ran him over, and he's not happy with that call. Lizell picks up a big foul here, and that's his fourth, team's fourth, as Antoine Mason will go to the line to shoot three.
Lizell's going to have to keep his hands to himself if he wants to stay in this game and bring the Highlanders back, that's for sure.
Well, I tell you what, he's been perfect, as you mentioned several times from the field. Offensively, he's been outstanding. Mason hits back-to-back, third one coming. Mason on this trip to the free throw line, righting the ship. And Mason goes 2 for 3. 4-point lead, 82-78. At one point, it was a blowout. But right now, we got our old-fashioned barn burner. And Duke Bondi, once again, knocks down the deep ball. Bondi, unconscious right now, is absolutely on fire. 1-point game, turnover, Mason, Massey, flush.
Wow.
And they have taken a lead. They have overcome a 28-point deficit as the Cape Breton Highlanders have done the impossible right now, Alfred. 1:25 left in the third quarter, and it's just total shock right now here at Scotiabank Center.
Wow.
As the unthinkable and the unbelievable thing has happened in this third quarter. A tale of two halves thus far, but lots of basketball left in this one, as we're just over a minute in the third quarter. 1-point lead for the Highlanders, 83-82. Mason draws a contact, but Massey steps in and takes the charge. And all you can say is, wow.
I think the Highlanders have stolen from the Hurricanes playbook in terms of pressure defense, inside out. Highlanders are doing a great job right now.
Massey, right hand's no good. Tydron tried to save it on the end line. Couldn't. So an opportunity here for the Hurricanes. Under a minute to go. Zimmerman, closely guarded by Bigelow. Bigelow tried to steal a pull-up. Zimmerman, bang, he knocks that down, and Zimmerman would knock that down all day long. Probably the wrong tactic here, trying to steal the ball from behind by Bigelow. Made a mistake on that defensive trip as Zimmerman knocks down the shot and takes back the lead. Massey, though, responds the other way. Bruce Massey knocks down that jumper. Back to a 1-point lead for the Highlanders. Hurricanes look like they might want to hold for the last shot. A difference about a second in the game clock and the shot clock. Zimmerman, he's trying to hold. And an offensive foul called on Zimmerman as Bigelow was able to sell that call. Not saying it's not the right call, but you take a look at the replay here. Bigelow stepped in front of him, and he might have sold it a little bit there, but nonetheless, with an outstanding defensive play and a foul call on the floor, back the other way, and that's called on. It looks like apparently it might be on Mike Poole. So 2.8 seconds left in the third quarter, and that's Poole's first. Hurricanes in the penalty, and Duke Bondi will go to the line to shoot two. And Bondi hits the first. Well, I tell you what, this team does not look like it's played 2 games in the last 3 days. As Duke knocks down both. 3-point lead for the Highlanders. Zimmerman's prayers no good. And that was a quarter for the ages for the Cape Breton Highlanders. They have erased a 28-point deficit and took a stranglehold on this game and take the lead going into the fourth quarter by 3 points. I mean, I can use a lot of words and a lot of sentences to describe what I saw in that third quarter, but I want to get your analysis there, Alfred.
Wow. Cape Breton Highlanders came out.
Where do you start, right?
Yeah, where do you start? I think Cape Breton Highlanders came out hungry. That's the thing. They stayed in that locker room longer for a reason. You know, they were talking in there. They were figuring things out, and I think they did. Coming back and taking the lead by 3 now, this is a great effort by this team. Especially after, 3 games in 4 days and losing all 3 of those games. That's a tough stretch for this team, and it's great to see the sense of urgency from them.
Sense of urgency and desperation would be the words to use for the Highlanders in that third quarter. They outscored the Hurricanes 39-17. At one point, it looked like the Canes were going to get out of this quarter with only scoring less than 10 points. Either it was stuck around 7 and 9 points.
That's right.
So, I mean, it's crazy. What a transformation.
The tables have turned. Highlanders stealing from the playbook of the Hurricanes. Like I said, pressure defense, going inside out. Highlanders are doing a wonderful job right now, both sides of the court.
Total momentum has swung to the Cape Breton Highlanders, looking for their 3rd victory on the season. Coming into this one, 2-9, losers of 3 straight, and they were on the brink of losing 4 straight.
That's right.
If you would have checked into this game about 24 minutes or maybe a half an hour ago, you would think that this one is over. We're gonna, shut the show down and go on with our lives and do something else. There's no way that Cape Breton's gonna come into this building and beat a very good Halifax Hurricanes team on their home court, where they don't lose many ball games here at home. They've had a terrific home court advantage in their 3-year existence, for the Hurricanes. The Canes are in tough right now. The Highlanders have stolen all the momentum. They have the game plan well in hand, but we have 12 minutes left, and I think it's probably going to come down to the last shot if one of these teams don't get tired down the stretch. So to start the fourth quarter, Canes down 3 with possession. Washington puts it up for 3, and that's partially blocked. Zimmerman thought about it for distance. And it's last touch by the Highlanders, but 1 second left on the shot clock, as this has to be a catch and shoot situation off of this inbound.
Alley-oop. You see an
alley-oop at the rim. Mason, and the shot clock expires. That was a quick. I don't think he even had possession of the ball before the shot clock expired. Nevertheless, a turnover. Another big stop for the Highlanders. Beglow. The Bondi. Duke dribble drive. Tough shot and finish at the rim as Duke Bondi. Bondi continuing the hot shooting in the fourth quarter. He's got 24. Washington trying to respond here offensively. Somebody needs to respond offensively for the Canes. Washington, right hand, can't make it, but the putback's there by Mike Poole. And a run out by Loisel, back the other way though. Massey for 3. Shot is short, rebound by Poole. 1 possession game, 89-86, Highlanders lead. Early here in the fourth quarter. Billy trying to go to work on Tydron. And it looks like we got a hold off the ball, and that's called on Kevin Loisel. Loisel called for his 5th. And Shane Osiande checks back for the Highlanders, along with Clinkscales for the Canes. Inbound on the baseline for the Hurricanes. 14 on the shot clock. 10:29 left in the fourth quarter. Billy draws the double team. Kicks it out, tipped away though. Back the Poole. Poole fires for three. Bang, and he connects from beyond the arc. Mike Poole with a wide open look from the corner. Makes no mistake knocking that one down. As Mike Poole off the bench, he has 5, and that's a big shot from distance as we're all tied up now, 89 apiece. Osiande thought about it, hesitation, loses the handle, and a tough take there with the right hand as Osiande drew the contact, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. And that's on Washington. It's his 4th. Team's first. Osiande to the line. To shoot 2, he knocks down the first. And Shane has been very good from the charity stripe, 84% on the season. And he knocks down both.
Another one.
2-point lead for the Highlanders, 91-89.
Bigelow picking his man up full court right now.
And that's what you do when momentum has totally shifted in your way. The intensity and the mindset shifts along with it. Turnover, steal, back the other way, Massey. Osiande with the two-handed finish.
Wow.
In transition off of the turnover. And you mentioned it several times, Alfred, in that third quarter. They were taking a page out of the Hurricanes playbook, and they have been using it to their advantage throughout this second half thus far. And contact draw by Mike Poole, and it looks like a push on Bruce Massey. That's his first. Team second. 89-93, Hurricanes trailing, 9:12 left in the fourth quarter. Canes looking for some answers. But right now they gotta hang their hat on the defensive side of things. Billy, though, not trying to knock down the 3. Second chance opportunity coming up. Billy, Tydron late and one. And I'm not sure where the confusion was, but it looked like Tydron Beatty was way out in the open floor. Either he was talking to his coach, but he came late, as you could see in the replay.
Yeah.
And it was his man, no help on the help line there, as Billy had a wide open shot at the goal, drew the contact on Beatty, and now he'll go to the line to complete the 3-point play.
Beatty picking up his 3rd foul.
And Billy gets that one to go. Billy White's got 14 now. 1-point lead, Highlanders, erasing a 28-point deficit. Bondi, baseline, right hand, it's good. And Duke Bondi continues. Right now in this second half, it's been the Duke Bondi show.
24 points on the stat sheet now. Make that 26 on the stat sheet now for Bondi.
CJ, though, with the left-hand finish. And it's a 1-point lead. Back and forth we go here in the fourth. Teams trading baskets. Massey at the controls now for the Highlanders. Osiande will put it up for 3. Osiande in and out. Rebound by White. White right down the middle of the defense and count it for Billy White. Billy taking his time. As you can see, Billy coming up, favoring his back here, but he's gonna stay in there. White the warrior. As Dion Reefer checks in along with Josiah Moore. And a timeout on the floor as Billy White did an outstanding job, Alfred, of basically taking his time up the court and lowering the defense to sleep there, and then methodically made his way in the middle of the defense, drew the contact, and after the timeout, he'll try to complete that 3-point play, but it's been back and forth in this second half. Hurricanes reeling a little bit there, but they need to be shocked and amazed of what has transpired in this second half for them, as the Highlanders coming out very hot in the second half and erasing that 28-point deficit.
That's right. I think Billy saw an opportunity there to get to the line, and he took it. Waiting patiently as his defense fell asleep and attacking the rim like that, you're always going to get a call on that. Great job by Billy to exploit the defense.
So timeout on the floor here at Scotiabank. Definitely a good one if you're a basketball fan all around. You're not particularly cheering for one team and you're coming into this one late. You got to be happy of what you've seen so far.
That's right.
It's the Battle of Nova Scotia.
Should be a good ending here.
Absolutely, an old-fashioned barn burner. We got one going here, but both of these teams fighting tooth and nail in this second half. But the Hurricanes look like they had this game on cruise control at the halftime break, but somebody forgot to tell the Cape Breton Highlanders as they responded in a huge way in that third quarter.
That's right.
Outscoring the Hurricanes at 39-17, and here we are. 1-point game, 96-95, 8:01 left. Billy White going to the line to complete the three-point play. As Duke Bondi has led the way with 26 big ones for the Highlanders. Billy White trying to get number 17 in the books to put them up by 2. And Billy completes the three-point play. Defense raining down here at Scotiabank, needing a stop. And Osiande finishes with the right hand. (97-97). Clink Scales, hesitation. Right hand, can't finish at the rim. Last touch by CJ. And it'll be Highlanders possession. Loisel checks in for the Highlanders as Tydrin will go to the bench. Massey draws a double team. Massey trying to finish at the rim. Good closeout there by Washington. And a bottle up there and a contact draw by Clink Scales. And it looks like Clink Scales is bleeding from the top of his head. He has sustained some sort of cut. And Washington is on the floor. He's looking for a substitution. It looks like he took a blow in the lip area. So both men are bleeding. Hopefully both of them are able to continue, but it looks like Clink Scales is definitely probably going to have to get the blood to stop at the top of his head. As they're trying to sort things out here, the officials. As head coach Rob Spahn trying to convince the officials that CJ Washington has to leave the game because of the visit from the training staff, and that's exactly what happens here as Dixon will check in for Washington along with Zimmerman will check in for Clink Scales. White, handoff. Zimmerman thought about it. Closely got it by Massey. White trying to go to work on Loisel. Left hand, no good. Moore's got to hurry, and a shot clock violation. Or maybe we have a foul. We have a foul on that shot attempt. As Josiah Moore will go to the line to shoot 2. Ahmed will check in for the Highlanders as Loisel.
Loisel did a great job on defense there, I thought.
He tried his very best as that foul's on Shane Osiande, and that's his 4th, team 6. Josiah Moore unable to connect on the first one. And he misses both. And back the other way is Bruce Massey. Zimmerman now. Cross court pass. Reefer in the corner. Under 10. Canes got to hurry. Zimmerman for 3. Bang! He knocks it down. Taquan Zimmerman with a huge 3 in this game. Huge moment for him as he was able to knock that one down. It's a 1-point lead for the Hurricanes. Zimmerman with 18 on the night. Mann Jr. The Bondi. Bondi has had the hot hand. Bondi fires for 3. Bang! He rattles the 3-ball down. Duke Bondi continuing the hot shooting in the second half for the Highlanders.
That's 29 for Bondi.
And counting. 2-point lead for the Highlanders. Ronaldo, spin move. Nice move on the baseline by Ronaldo. And a timeout called on the floor by the Highlanders. So you mentioned, and I mentioned, we are in for a very fast and furious finish.
That's
An
right.
old-fashioned barn burner down the stretch here between these two teams, Alfred. It's just nothing but outstanding basketball in the second half. It's been a tale of 2 halves. The Hurricanes had their way in that first half, but it's been all Highlanders and a little bit of sprinkle of the Hurricanes here in the second half. I mean, the only reason why we have a tie ball game is because of that 28-point lead by the Hurricanes. If the Highlanders would have played like this from the get-go, we might have a different result right now.
That's right. Hurricanes doing a great job, though, not letting this game slip away. I think with the momentum that the Highlanders had, they could have easily taken over the game. But Hurricanes sticking in it. Taquan Zimmerman hitting that 3-ball, not afraid to step up. Hurricanes are going to look to do more of that. We're going to look to do more of doing more of what they did in the first half is what.
And the inside-outside game has seemed to have been gone by the wayside for the Hurricanes. You mentioned it in the first few possessions in the first quarter where they were getting the ball inside, working the ball inside with their bigs. Their bigs were dominating. White was dominating along with CJ. They were dominating on the offensive glass, getting second and third chance opportunities, and they were converting, and that's what they were doing. And then they were kicking it out, and the jump shooters were knocking down shots. So that inside-outside game seems to be gone by the wayside, but they need to try to find some resolve here to pull this one out. Because right now, all the momentum is with the Highlanders, despite being tied up at 102 apiece. Bondi, who's been outstanding in the second half. Left hand, dribble drive, baseline, kicked it out to Tydron for 3. Shot's no good. Second chance coming up though. Massey with the rebound, and he doesn't make any mistake, and he has 19 now. Back up to a 2-point lead for the Highlanders. Reefer, and he is called for the charge. And that's a tough call for Reefer there.
Fans unhappy with this call.
And the Boo Birds right down here, as you can see in the replay.
That's a tough one.
That is a tough one called on Reefer. It could have went any way. Definitely could have went either way. And a reach call for Clinkscales as he's back in the game, and you can see Clinkscales heavily bandaged on the top of his head, but that's a sign of a warrior right there, the captain of the Hurricanes, coming back when they need him.
That's right.
2-point lead. Bondi fires for 3, had a good look, but he misses it. Hurricanes now an opportunity in transition. And a beautiful play in tight from Billy to Dixon on the flush. Man Jr. forced up a tough one. Off the double team. Clinkscales, the white. Mason for three. Bang! Mason knocks down the triple from beyond the arc. And he's got 17. Timeout on the floor called by the Highlanders. Back and forth we go with the action. Mason knocking down the triple.
Clinkscales doing a great job pushing that ball ahead on this replay right here.
Unselfish basketball, beautiful play by Billy White, not even coming down from the floor. Great court awareness, knew where his man was, passed up a good shot, maybe for a controversial better shot from distance, but Billy was able to find a wide open Mason, and Mason made no mistake knocking down that corner three, forcing a timeout on the floor called by the Highlanders.
That's right, Mason with 17 points now in this timeout. You can always count on Mason to hit a three-pointer for you.
So fans, don't forget to follow everything Halifax Hurricanes. If you need tickets, if you need information on where the Hurricanes are going to be, make sure that you follow them on all their many of social media handles, HalifaxHurricanes.ca, as they are dancing in the seats. The kids are into this one as they are on their feet. HFX Hurricanes at their Instagram as well as their Twitter handle, and everything National Basketball League of Canada on their website at nblcanada.ca. So 4:07 left here in the fourth quarter. It's a 3-point ball game for the Hurricanes, but it's been an absolutely dandy, as it looked like it was going to be a rout for the Hurricanes. Massey now in control for the Highlanders. Bondi trying to take Reefer off the dribble. He's blocked at the rim by Clinkscales. Hurricanes have numbers if they can hurry. Reefer in tight to Dixon and counted. Dixon and one. Theon Reefer with the outstanding pocket pass in tight to Dixon. And Dixon makes no mistake getting that ball up through the contact. You can see in the replay here.
Theon, my former teammate, doing a great job of finding Dixon there on that and one.
And it's a huge moment right now for the rookie out of St. Mary's University, given this opportunity in crunch time to come up with a huge play between him and Dixon. And Dixon completes the three-point play. So a good trip offensively for the Hurricanes. 6-point lead now. Massey in control for the Highlanders. Crowd starting to get into it here at Scotiabank. Massey shot short, rebound though by Asiande.
No good.
And he draws the contact and he'll go to the line to shoot two. Ronaldo's third. As you can see in the replay there, the contact, Ronaldo unable to control his body after a good pump fake there by Osiande.
Almost getting that and one.
He needed it, but nevertheless, he needs to knock down these free throws. Osiande has been good from the free throw line on the season. 84% to be exact. And Osiande is perfect.
Nice to see a big with that well of a free throw percentage.
He's got a good stroke as Osiande, and he can knock down the three ball as well. 1 for 2 to be exact on the night, and he's got 18. 4-point lead for the Hurricanes. In tight, Mason. Backdoor, can't finish at the rim.
No good.
Got what they wanted out of the half-court set. Mason just couldn't convert. Massey, though, back the other way with the right hand, run at the rim. Bruce Massey starting to heat up a little bit now for the Highlanders.
2-point game.
Mason in control now. Mason, run at the rim, right hand. took on Beatty, drew the contact, no foul though. Back the other way, Highlanders. Bondi, left hand. And pretty much, Clinkscales caught out in no man's land up against Duke. That's a tough assignment there in transition defensively by Clinkscales. And we're tied up, back up at 110 apiece. Mason. Left hand, switches to the right. Tough shot by Mason. Outstanding take with the left hand and finish with the right hand over top of Bruce Massey. Tydrin off the foot. Massey picks it up though. He loses the handle, gets it back. In tight to Osiande, one-handed flush. And Osiande doesn't finish many balls with the layup.
Tie game with 1:50 left.
And miscommunication between White and Reefer. Turnover. As Reefer zigged when he should have zagged on that one. Check it in for the Highlanders is Loisel, and Osiande will go to the bench. And Reefer will check out along with Zimmerman. So all tied up at 112 apiece. 1:40 left here in the fourth quarter. Bondi looking for the screen. Left hand dribble, in tight, kicked out. Bigelow, left hand teardrop, can't get it to go. Second chance opportunity though coming up. Tydrin, thought about it, hesitation. That shot is short, third chance, and he drains it. So 3 chances at the goal on that trip for the Highlanders as Tydrin finishes on the third opportunity. 2-point lead, just over a minute to go here. White loses the handle, turns it over. Tydrin though, he's fouled from behind by Washington. And that's CJ's fifth, team's fifth. So 2 more, and the Highlanders will be in the penalty. Under a minute though, they got a 2-point lead. Bruce Massey crosses the timeline. Highlanders in no hurry. They're gonna try to use all of this shot clock on this possession. Bondi, well under 10, he's gotta hurry. Closely guarded by Clinkscales. Bondi, right hand, tough shot at the rim, no good. Second chance coming up though. And their hold, there's a difference of about 12 seconds between the game clock and the shot clock for the Highlanders. Bondi charges the rim and he is fouled, and that's called on Billy. And Bondi will go to the line to shoot 2. Billy called for the reach.
His 4th foul.
22.8 seconds left. Duke Bondi knocks home the first.
Highlanders looking for a win here in Halifax.
Trying to complete the impossible are the Cape Breton Highlanders right now. And he knocks down the second, and it's a 2-possession game. Timeout on the floor called by the Hurricanes. Duke Bondi has 32 on the night. And he has been outstanding in this second half, Alfred. It's been the Duke Bondi and Bruce Massey show for the Cape Breton Highlanders.
Don't forget about Shane Osiande.
Osiande chipping in though at times, but when they needed points down the stretch, in particular when they were down early in that third quarter, it was definitely the Bondi Massey show for sure.
That's right.
The M&M boys. So there you go, Cape Breton. I just gave you the nickname for that connection. The M&M boys. Bruce Massey and Duke Bondi putting on a show in the second half, trying to steal this win here at Scotiabank Center, where it's been pretty much lights out for the Hurricanes at home when it comes to playing the opposition. But 28.8 seconds left, lots of time left, a lot of strategy left, a lot of game management left for both of these coaches, Alfred. I mean, if you're the Hurricanes, you got to score early and quick, and you got to either try to get a steal off the inbound or a quick foul and hope to turn this game into a free throw competition.
That's right. Hurricanes hoping to get a basket here. A 3 or 2. A 3 or 2 should work with 21 seconds left in the game. They could opt to go for a quick 2 and foul, or go for 3, still foul, and be in a better position.
22.8 seconds left to be exact. Inbound coming for the Hurricanes. Canes coming out of that timeout with Mason, Washington, Clinkscale, Zimmerman, and White. For the Highlanders, Massey, Bigelow, Beatty, Bondi, and Loisel. Washington, they gotta hurry. Mason draws the double team. Tydrin though, lots of contact, and Mason's called for the charge. As Kevin Loisel stepped in there and picked up the charge there. You can see in the replay, sacrificing his body as both of the men hit the floor.
Great defensive play by Loisel.
Tydrin's fouled by White. And Tydrin will go to the line to shoot 2. Total silence here at Scotiabank Center, as Cape Breton are on the brink of doing the impossible after being down 28 points into this one. And he misses the first.
Game's not over.
Lots of time left.
Game's not over. 15 seconds left, 15.1.
If he can put this one, though, it'll pretty much put this one out of reach. It'll turn into a 3-possession game. Tydrin
No good.
can't make it, though. Some life left for the Hurricanes. Billy, two-handed flush, but they need a stop here. Inbound, run out. Beatty gets away from the defense, trying to hold it. He's got to get fouled, and he's fouled. 6.8 seconds left. 2-point game, 116-114. Big free throws coming up for Tydrin Beatty. Tydrin knocks down the first. So a big one coming up here for Tydrin.
Clinkscales with some words for Tydrin Beatty at the line.
Let's see if it works. And it does. Short. Chance to tie it and go over to overtime. CJ for 3 at the buzzer.
No good.
No good. And the Highlanders get it done. Coming all the way back, being down 28 points. The Cape Breton Highlanders just climbed Mount Everest.
They did it.
Lost for words right now. Outstanding basketball game, and you got to give kudos to the Cape Breton Highlanders. They could have folded the 10 at halftime, but they didn't, and they found some resolve in that second half, and I'm not sure what head coach Rob Spahn had to say in that halftime break, but whatever he said, it worked, and they got it done. I am totally shocked. I've never seen this happen here at Scotiabank Center to this team.
Highlanders with a great second half.
Outstanding second half, the impossible, and they got it done. And that'll do it, folks, here. 117-114, the Cape Breton Highlanders win game number 3 on the season, but they come back in this building next week on the 29th, where we'll do it all over again. So round number 2 in the Battle of Nova Scotia go to the Highlanders. So it's one apiece And we will see you back here at Scotiabank Center next Friday. So for Alfred Burgesson,
That's right.
I am Vince Williams saying so long, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you back here at Scotiabank.
Happy holidays.